Hello and welcome to Saturday Randomness. I'm your host, Xamot, also known as Trevor. Sorry for the late start today, and I didn't announce it. I think I might have talked about it on Monday, but I had a book signing this morning, so that took up part of my day. But now we're here playing some more Pathfinder Kingmaker. And I don't want to waste too much time. We're just going to jump right in here pretty soon. But yeah, so we're on our 7th episode of Pathfinder. Hey, B-Chubs, welcome. Very soon. Very quickly. Anyway, yeah, we're going to jump into this real quick. Last time we defeated the Stag Lord. We looted his castle. We completed all of the little quests that we had in this area. And now we're going to go report our success to the leader who sent us here. Yeah, I know, I can't turn down the music on the menu. I wish I could. I just gotta wait for it to load. It takes a while to load. Anytime now. There we go. Alright, so like I was saying, yeah, I can't turn down the menu music, unfortunately. But last time we defeated the Stag Lord, we completed the quest, we looted his castle, and now it's time to go tell our employer how we did. So I'm going to talk to Oleg. I plan to set off right away. Fog seems to be thinning, and we should wait until it burns off completely. In the meantime, I'll gather some supplies for your journey. Make sure you can enjoy your trip back to Restov. Alright. I did okay at the book signing. It was a very small local show today. Sold 2 books, met a couple of nice people. Talked to a fellow author who's a friend of mine. She was there with me. It was a good time. All right.
Good work. Nice to see I haven't lost my intuition for people. Not many would have managed to set out to the Stolen Lands and return with the Stag Lord's head. But I knew you could handle it.
Wearing his helmet, too.
Congratulations are in order. Today, you'll receive the title of Baron before the High Society of Restov, and even Natala Sertova personally. God's bless her. Tomorrow, you'll be able to return to the Stolen Lands if you wish, but this time as a ruler.
Sounds good to me.
But matters of state can wait. For now, enjoy this feast in your honor. All the city leaders are here. It's a great opportunity to make some useful connections. Speaking of connections, let me introduce you to Kasil Eldori. He's my adopted son and apprentice. He's a trustworthy man. I'd like to send him with you as an envoy.
Okay, sounds good. Oh, he's a half-orc, okay. Just what kind of game are you playing? Right. Do you already know about my encounter with...
Of course. Keston gave me a full report. You dealt with the scoundrel perfectly. It would be naive to think that none of your neighbors will try to stick their hands in your affairs. Especially that sly fox Iravetti. Enjoy your evening. When you're ready for the official part, come to me.
Alright, so it sounds like we need to go talk to some people. And then we'll go talk to her and get our title bestowed. Oh, look at this spread. Call this a feast. Magar Varn, obviously more comfortable on the battlefield than the company of nobles. Well built, but the expensive waistcoat he's wearing doesn't quite fit properly. I am Magar Varn, the new ruler of Dunsward, your neighbor to the east. About to be a baron. Great job at the Stag Lord, by the way. Not everyone could exterminate a whole gang of bandits with such a small team. How did you earn your title? So this guy, just the right place at the right time. How do you feel about being a noble? Like a pheasant on a plate. Alright, nice to meet you. Farewell. There's Lindsay. Alright, discussing something with an unfamiliar old lady, a low voice. Okay. Well, congratulations on your victory. Enjoy it while you can. Is that a threat? Never. Simply wish to warn you in case you don't fully realize the fate that awaits you. What do you think awaits me? Nothing good. There's going to be a war between the Aldori and Brevoy, it looks like. What do you propose? The most reasonable course of action would be to align yourself with the lawful rulers of Brevoy. I see. So already politics involved here. I would be happy to establish relations with Brevoy. I'll consider it. Yeah, I don't necessarily want to be caught in a war. Weather-beaten face, grasp your hand tightly in his rough, calloused palms, and like the rest of the guests in our festive clothes, he wears a simple robe. The only luxury you see on him is a holy symbol of Aristil, made of solid gold. The other guests look at him with respect, so he's some sort of priest. I saw how you fought beside Jalmandi that night. Your god granted you impressive power. Yes, I used to serve Aristil on the battlefield, but those days are long past. Now I call on his power to heal those who have fallen from a roof more often than anyone wounded by a sword. Of course, someone has to roam the forest and slay monsters, but I'm more useful to my congregation here. Do many people venerate Aristil? They revere many gods of Restov. They pray to Abadar, patron of cities, and Pharasma, gatherer of souls. There are also some rare cults, but there's no denying that the stag god has the largest congregation here, and no wonder. People here have lived off farming and hunting for centuries. They're dressed pretty simply. Corners of the priest's mouth turn up. The nobles dress in silks and satins to stand out from the poor. The priest wears a simple robe to stand out from the nobles. I would be grateful for any help you could spare. This is a truly noble undertaking. I believe our community will be able to provide you with a reasonable assistance. We'll help you construct a shrine in your capital, free of charge. Oh, that's awesome. Good deal. That's a good thing there. Oh, that's our friend. Our friend's there. This man's gorgeous clothes hide rippling muscles beneath them. Obviously bored. He says offhandedly, emphasizing the word Baron, and you must be the Stag Lord Butcher. I'm sorry, I quite forgot your name. But you took out the Stag Lord and his gang, and so Sword Lord Jalamandi is granting you permission to take his place, right? Well, congratulations. My lands lie to the west of yours. I suppose we'll be neighbors now. What did you do to deserve your dominion? Smirk appears on his face. I don't need to deserve or prove anything. Countless generations of my glorious ancestors have done so for me. If I had slightly bigger armies, Sword Lord Jalamandi would have simply given all of the stolen lands to me. Alas, I don't have many soldiers at my disposal, so she had to urgently make barons, the likes of you and Varn. So you have no army, no special merits, just given for being pretty? Under other circumstances, I would have have you whipped for such words, but let's not ruin Lady Aldori's celebration. If you want so badly to measure merits, we can do so another time. Goodbye. He's not very nice. Okay, so all these are guests. There's Valerie. More guests. Christian. Amiri. And Lander. Who's that? Handsome, well-dressed young man, about 17 years, looks on with a polite smile. Just Lander, no last name, no title? Well, let's just say I'm here incognito. Under my circumstances, it's wise to keep one's lineage to oneself. Truth be told, that's precisely what I wanted to speak with you about. You see, I am an heir to one of Brevoy's noble houses. I won't say which, but believe me, a newly appointed baron with no connections would do well to have a friend like me. I travel the country in secret, without servants, so I can see it for myself, not from a carriage window, but face to face with the people. My family would never approve, of course, but then I never asked. I need to know Brevoy if I'm going to rule a part of it someday. I know Jalamati wants to impose her steps on you as emissary of Brevoy. Refuse. Take me instead. Don't look at my age. While they may have trained this half-orc to swing a sword, I've been trained to rule since I was a child. It'll be a far greater use to you, but now in the future, after I have a firm position in my family. Are you of the nobility? Oh no, I'm not from here. I'm just visiting, you could say. I wanted to see for myself the heroes who managed to conquer the frontier lands. And the Lord Mayor is kind enough to invite me to this wonderful party. What are you doing here? Traveling the town? Okay. I'll consider your proposal. I actually like that. So Lander doesn't seem to have a an agenda, if you will, at least so far. Okay, well, let's go talk to her now. About this guy. Well, now, if it isn't the hero of the festivities, the protege of our dear Jamandi. You pulled this off quite cleverly, I suppose, or I confess. I wasn't convinced your enterprise would succeed. I even bet a bottle of my best Pitaxian wine against you, but I'm happy to admit I was wrong. The Eldori have always been adept at finding new talent. How are things in Restov? I don't want to boast, but things have been going well in recent years. Trade prospers, the population grows, and the citizens are happy. Although recently, especially after the disappearance of House Rogarvia, there are some troublemakers that have been appearing, and people are talking about the most shocking things. Those sorts of rumors aren't worth your attention. Nice meeting you. Your young barony will need resources to establish itself, and from what I have been told, you're somewhat in need of financial assistance. I could organize to supply everything you need for the construction and spread out the cost on extremely favorable terms. I could immediately procure, let's say, 500 cartloads of building supplies. I'm sure that would give you a good start. In exchange, I would ask a small favor. Until you repay the debt in full, you simply assume the obligation of contracting building services through Restov's Builders Guild. Do we have a deal? I would be happy to accept your offer. Then it's a deal. I'll get everything in order right away and schedule a delivery immediately. It's nice meeting you. Well, that's good.
So, how do you like our little gathering? I hope you've made some useful connections. Shall we move on to the official proceedings?
I'd like to talk about the envoy.
My apprentice, Casil Aldori, will go with you, won't he? Oh, the heir of House Lebeda. Naive enough to think no one would recognize him here. I wouldn't trust him. Who knows what he has in mind? Excellent. Stand here.
Okay. Tell me about the healthcare in U.S.
Lords and ladies, today we are here to honor three brave people who have done the impossible. They've tamed the stolen lands.
It can be
Baron
expensive.
Hannes Drelev,
Yeah.
the new master of Glenabar, Captain Maegor Varn, the conqueror of Dunsword, and finally,
As far as healthcare,
the
it
tamer
depends.
of the
It really
Shrike
depends
Hills,
on
who put an end to the atrocities of the
whether you
Stag
have
Lord's
insurance through your
bandits.
employer or you have to pay
Step
for your own.
forward.
My insurance is through my employer. It's pretty inexpensive.
On behalf of the people of the free city of Restov,
That's a
I
complicated
confer
one.
upon you this noble title. Rise, your grace.
Yeah, I get my insurance through my employer, so I don't pay a whole lot for that every month. As far as medical, I mean, I had my appendix out a couple of years ago, and it didn't cost me hardly anything. It really depends on what you have to have done, what kind of conditions you run into or problems you run into, surgery, and it's a very complicated thing. It really is. The nice thing about it, though, is we have choice. For the most part, I can choose the insurance I want to use. I can choose the doctors I want to go to. There's not a lot of waiting list. Once you get with the doctor, you're not stuck on waiting lists forever trying to get things done. So it's not too bad. I mean, I'm one of those people that doesn't have a huge problem with our current healthcare system. It just doesn't.
Victory! The Stag Lord's dead, and the capital of the new barony has been built in place of his fort. That was how the long and challenging taming of the stolen lands began.
Alright. Keston Garrus, welcome, Your Grace. Keston salutes you. You could see he's a bit anxious, and it seemed he'd rehearsed his speech many times. Let me once again congratulate you on your victory and your new title. Lady Chamani transferred me here. I am at your disposal. I am not one to bestow honors, but I want you to know I am glad to serve you. I'm here to welcome you on behalf of your new capital citizens. The Stag Lord's former stronghold will soon be a thriving city. Word travels fast, and the first settlers have already arrived, with new ones approaching as we speak. While you were visiting Revestov, much has been done. Your benefactors, the Aldori, have invested a great deal of resources in rebuilding the city. I stand ready to answer your questions and show you around. Okay, the main question is, where can I get a drink? Or three? It's time to toast my victory. No. Where are my companions? Okay. Are there citizens I should know about? Our old acquaintance Jode is here. Aristel's clerics normally don't like cities much, but he's eager to serve you. Also, the emissary from Brevoy is here, waiting for you in the throne room. There's also this curious matter. An elf has paid us a visit, a blind elf. Desna only knows how he managed to get here. He seems a peaceful, even pleasant fellow, though naturally a little odd, so I let him stay a while. It's up to you to decide what to do with him now. It's the mood of the people. Must admit, I've never seen anything like that in my whole life. A city, a whole barony, born right up in front of your eyes. The people sense the moment, and today we're feeling proud. As a rule, I'm not too cheerful or chatty. I normally feel out of place. Okay, ready to look around the city. Lead the way. Follow me, Your Grace. We are new subjects, selecting a site to build our house. Cool. Good thing we got rid of the monsters. Staglord's Fortress used to be here. Looks like a little market square, yeah. End up straight in the tavern. Okay, right turn from the square. That's where the tavern is. It's good to know. Some more citizens. Be nice. Observation perch. Building in front of us is your residence. That's where we'll head to now. My house. It's my house. Oh, that's nice. Taking a little while to load. There we go. Alright, welcome to your barony. You're about to make the unyielding stolen lands a prosperous kingdom. Large and arduous road ahead. You and your advisor are going to deal with matters. Prosperous governor will be handsomely rewarded with support and donations from their subjects, promising alliances with us. Okay. So, we've reached the main chambers. This is the throne room where you'll hold court. I like it. Got a little throne there. Receive visitors. Let me draw your attention to this large map depicting your barony and its surroundings. We'll mark all the important scout reports and other newsworthy of your grace's attention. Finish his speech. Kestel tucks his thumbs under his belt and stands quietly. Okay, there's Lander. Hello, dear friend. The young man noble from Brevoy, who you've chosen as your emissary, greets you with a distracted nod. I'm glad to see you in good health. I don't see how you remain so steady in the circumstances. He makes a wide gesture with his hand, obviously meaning something larger than your throne room. But in truth, I shouldn't worry. A little effort, and this barony will become a rich and prosperous land. Alright, so right now, barony affects community +6 loyalty. New events, trade agreement with Sertova, proposal for cooperation, agreement with Iosif Selemius. So lots and lots of stuff here. Pillage the Temple of the Elk, rebuilding the Temple of the Elk, research into the nature of curses. David Nettle. Alright, difficulty of your barony. You may change the difficulty level of your barony at any time and set it to automatic. If you set to automatic, you won't have to deal with most government decisions. They will be taken care of automatically, and your barony will never fail. However, this will also prevent you from unlocking any governance-related achievements. Since ruling seems to be a new thing for you, I'll put the matter simply. There are two kinds of issues that the Baron must address. Boring ones and amusing ones. You have servants and advisors to handle all the boring problems, and you can give them orders from wherever it pleases you. But sometimes an urgent matter will arise, a dragon attack, or the visit of some noble dignitary like myself. Events like these demand the Baron's personal presence in the capital. We'll mark these events on the map too. According to ancient tradition of Brevoy and most of the river kingdoms, rulers in these parts find it convenient to receive visitors and chop off heads at the beginning of each month. I know well that traditions can be tedious, but nevertheless I advise you to visit the capital on important days. But here's the main thing. You should start choosing people to fill the key positions right away. Your clerics, Jode and Tristan, are the first to beg for an audience. I'll leave you to your thoughts for now. I'm sure you'll make the wise decision. Of that I've no doubt. Okay. Jode, your grace. Allow me to congratulate you on receiving the title of Baron. I'm confident that you will be able to bring order to the troubled lands. Jode stumbles slightly. Though to be honest, that isn't exactly what we wanted to speak to you about. Tristan and I have been talking a great deal about what happened at the Temple of the Elk. It doesn't all make sense to us yet. One thing is clear, there's a powerful curse at work, corrupted the very essence of that sacred place, steeping it with putrescence. I'm disgusted with whoever could do this. Jode exhales loudly, catching his breath. And now there is a new woe. Tristan and I believe the curse did not simply disperse of its own accord. There is a place near the capital rumored by the locals to be cursed. Tristan and I visited this dreadful place, and we felt the same putrescence as the Temple of the Elk. What is this place? Where is it? There is a bald hilltop not far from here, to the north of the capital. It's crowned entirely barren of life. The locals believe that rituals glorify the dark gods. It's like a rotting wound, closed but not healed. I will go there as soon as I am able. Okay. Well, what do you suggest? The curse will grow in strength, and we predict it will reach the peak of its strength in about 1 month. That's when we should visit the bald hilltop and resolve the issue. In about a month, okay? Wait and prepare. Alright, barony stats. Population, loyalty, so those are our stats up there. Stats increase if your governance is successful, and decrease if events don't end well or other negative factors are placed on your way. Don't let your barony stats drop to 0 or lower. This will cause your subjects to riot and your state will begin to crumble. 20 points in a stat will increase your rank. Rank 1 unlocks a corresponding advisor position for that stat. For the development of the stat, your upgrades of ranks will be possible only if you have an advisor in the relevant position. Okay. Governing your barony will require 1 advisor for each stat. Okay, every barony is gained a bonus from... Alright. Choose a name for your barony. We'll call it Thelos, named it after my own world that I write about. Three merchants from Absalom arrive in the region. They're ready to do business with the barony if their conditions are met. Choose an advisor to handle this event. Advisors will act accordingly to their positions. Oh, I have no advisors. Okay. Alright, what's that? Oh, that's the promo. Okay. Okay. not really sure now what I'm doing. This is the part of the game where it's, you know, we have to do some kingdom building and maintenance, management of the kingdom. And I'm not entirely certain how that's going to work. Also not sure how long I'm going to stream today. I am exhausted after... I had a party last night, Christmas party for my company, and then my signing today, and I've got another event tonight to go to. It's a very busy weekend. All right. Well. Who's this person? I can't talk to her. Okay. Oh, I guess this is a place where I can store some stuff. I can finally get some things out of my inventory. I don't know if this is... Well, let me look around before I do that. There may be better places to keep things. Alright, this appears to be a bedroom where I can rest. Okay. Got a couple of chests here. And one of them can I open? Alright. Okay. Well, I know it's only been an hour, but like I said, I am exhausted. We got through part of the stream, part of the game. I think I'm gonna call it here for the day. I'm just wiped. I might actually take a nap for a change. So that's what I'm going to do. Thank you, B-Chubs, and anybody else who showed up for our short stream today. Next week we will pick up at the beginning of sort of this kingdom management portion of the game and see what we can do with this. I want to try to do it without setting the difficulty to automatic. I want to try to actually manage the kingdom and see how well I can do. Monday night we will have Monday Night Classics as usual, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Check out my book on Amazon, Embers of Liberty, if you're interested. My site, trevorbierschbachwrites.com, or no, just trevorbierschbach.com. You will find information about events coming up and where I'm going to be for signing and things like that. Also, you can get signed copies off the website if you live in the United States. Unfortunately, shipping is way too high for me to ship outside the US, so I wish I could, but it's just too costly. So anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you next time. Much love.